Hello YouTube, we've got another Summoner's Rift game here for you with the teams being Jayce, Alistar, Varus, Cho'Gath, Akali versus Zhao, Nidalee, Ezreal, Fizz, and Thresh. So yeah, this should be another high ELO ranked game. The people that I am familiar with on these teams are Random and TreeEskimo. So we got two people that are relatively high ELO there. And as far as Summoner spells goes, Varus is running that barrier instead of Cleanser Ignite. Fizz is running instead of Flash, so we got a no escape Fizz. Well, no summoner spell escape Fizz, and he's running Ignite Barrier. So a lot of people running Barrier on this match. As far as the CC and crowd control goes, nothing too crazy. Blue team has a lot of AoE CC, but then again they also have quite a few champs that don't have any sort of CC. Like Jayce has a knockback. But Alistar, Cho'Gath, that's a lot of AoE CC. So if they can get a nice little wombo combo going with Varus, that'll be good. Because then Akali should be able to ravage the back line. And for purple team, to be honest, not a ton of CC here. Like, Zin's got a knock-up. Wow, that's really loud. I'll see if I can turn that down. But without further ado, we're going to get this party started. And the lane matchup, sorry, I forgot to go over that. My bad. Is going to be Cho versus Xin in the jungle. Jayce versus, let's see, Jayce versus Fizz top. Probably Nidalee actually. Is it AD Nid? Nope, AP Nid. Okay, so Nid and Fizz are relatively interchangeable. And we're at bottom lane, we're going to have Alistar and Varus versus Ezreal and Thresh. And Akali's going to be the mid here for blue team. So, should be a fun game. I'm a little excited. I won't deny it. Hopefully you guys are too. You are watching after all, so something must be going right. Looks like blue team is doing an invade here with Jayce. Ezreal, they do know this is happening. Purple team manages to drop a ward there, and they are kind of split, so we'll see what happens there. Blue team does have a pretty solid level 1 team fight just because they have Alistar, Cho'Gath, and they're still, purple is just poking away here. They haven't exchanged any damage really against the purple team. So while this is going on, we'll keep an eye on Cho. Oh god, she's face checking. That's a dead Nidalee. Oh, nice flash to get her away. Fizz poking away. We got a solid team 1 fight here, level 1 team fight here, and Fizz gets ignited. Manages to go over the wall. Xin gets a first blood on the Cho there. So blue team giving up the first blood. And now they should probably fall back because Alistar is incredibly low. And they are just surrounded and slowly getting poked down. And now is a good time to back. Lets them heal up. But that's going to put Cho behind a little bit here. And Xin getting that kill. Hopefully, maybe... Oh, he's not going back yet. So his first back is going to be pretty big because he does have that additional 400 gold there from that first blood. Not to mention, everybody else got an assist. So, good job there by by purple team denying that invasion from doing too much. So, let's go over the initial items. We got 100% on both the jungles, Meki Charms on both the both Nidalee and the Jayce. Fizz is running those pots wards, same with Akali, and Varus decided to go with the Doran's Blade. I really don't like the Doran's Blade start. Like, it's good on some champs. Ever since they changed it to health on hit instead of lifesteal, I really don't like that. Ezreal running with that longsword pots. And yeah, both the supports, Alistar just running wards heavy with some pots, and Thresh running with rejuvenation bead. So a little bit of poke here going down at bottom lane, but nothing too scary yet. I'm not sure. I've never seen Alistar versus Thresh. I assume Alistar does a good job of preventing Thresh from doing too much there. Top lane, not too much is going on. And Akali at mid, I don't expect too much is going to go on until about level 3. But Akali is doing a good job poking here. Alistar lands a nice pulverize there on the Ezreal. And Ezreal is going to maybe go... Nope. Not going to go down. Or if he does, it's going to be a cheese kill. Manages to flash away there. And negating Varus's flash. Excuse me, got the sniffles here. Apparently it's cold outside. Damn you, winter. Okay. So back at mid lane, not too much is going on. As far as farm goes, nobody is crazy far ahead. Varus is slightly ahead of the Ezreal, and since Ezreal was forced back there, that's going to increase here a little bit. And since the lane is pushed, he's actually going to lose out on quite a bit of farm. So we're going to see a small level advantage here go in favor of blue team at bottom lane. Zhao not farming faster than Cho. Cho is decided to do a little gank there at mid lane. Manages to poke away Nidalee, and I wouldn't be surprised if she goes back now. Fizz pushed back to his turret right now. Jayce doing a good job of trying to deny as much farm as possible. Let's see if Fizz can... Looks like he's doing a pretty solid job farming underneath the turret. So good on Fizz there. And on their first back, Xin did get those Madrid's Razors plus those boots. And Varus looks like he got a longsword and pots. Ezreal got boots, no pots. Or if he did, he's already used them. And I don't think anybody else has gone back. Nidalee, she got a Doran's ring on her first back, it looks like. So solid ward coverage for blue team right now. Purple only has 2 wards on the map, and one of them is getting pinked as we speak. Akali doing a good job of preventing this Nidalee from farming too much. And here comes a gank here, though, on the Akali. She does have a ward. She really wants to fight this out, though, apparently. Apparently she's just trying to bait this Xin for as long as possible to prevent him from farming for as long as possible. So that ward is about to go down, so she will be losing vision. Does she have another ward to replace it? She does. Time to go, Akali. Zin's going for it. Oh, I guess he just decides to poke. Nidalee misses the spear, so not too much coming out of that. Back at bottom lane, looks like we've just missed a little bit of poke there. Ezreal getting relatively low. Cho trying to do what he can to help us support this Akali, and it looks like Xin is headed towards top for a gank. And I don't think Jayce is going to have vision of this. He does now. Time to run, Jayce. If Xin can cut the distance. Okay, we got a Cho behind. Let's see what happens here. Fizz has quite a bit of burst. Lands the knock up there on the Xin. Probably going to force Xin to flash away. There's the ignite. A lot of damage going down. Fizz doing quite a bit of damage, though. Fizz could theoretically get a double kill, but he is relatively here. Manages to get a kill there. Can he get the double kill? Wow, nice job there by Fizz. Beautifully done. I guess barrier was the proper choice there. Getting them to overcommit to that engage and then letting the passive on his W just absolutely shred them. Because I'm not sure if you guys play Fizz, but the less health they have, the more damage that ticks for. So, and it is rough at low. Once he gets like a Deathfire and a few other items, he can just absolutely burst somebody to all hell. Like Deathfire, Lichbane, and a hat or a Void Staff, depending on how he wants to build. So as far as farm goes, Akali is about 10 creeps ahead. Fizz is barely ahead, but he does have that 2 kills now, so he's going to probably crush Jayce now. And, yeah, that's about it. Xin got those tier 2 boots on his second back. Varus, Varus is a little bit ahead of Ezreal, but nothing, no crazy amount. But he did manage to pull people in, and we got a small engage going on here. But I wouldn't be surprised if Thresh goes down. That shield is very strong, and down goes Varus. Alistar should be able to get away, but he is going to get poked relatively low. Has to force to flash because Xin cut the distance there. So that was a pretty good little gank there for Purple Team. So Purple Team is actually substantially far ahead, almost 1k of gold, but it is on the carries right now, as far as I'm aware. Well, on the carries, I mean Xin and Fizz. Fizz is pretty scary, though. If he starts roaming, it's really rough. So, looks like Fizz on his first back got 2 Doran's Blades and 2 Cloth Armor. So, Jayce isn't going to be able to do, like, diddly versus him. I assume he's building a Zhonya's and just getting that Cloth Armor to help him lane a little bit. And it looks like Cho wants to take this blue. He's not aware of that it's already gone, I don't think. Akali is level 6 now, so I won't be surprised if we see her starting to go crazy. Akali is going to be a pretty substantial hope here. Akali is one of those champs that she can be behind, but if she gets a couple kills there, she can spiral out of control so hard. It is absolutely ridiculous sometimes. And yes, Purple Team has a little bit of CC, but not enough to really deal with an Akali. Like, they don't have a hard stun, they don't have... Pretty much Oracles is the only thing in pink wards that can take care of Akali with their team comp. Like, Xin can stay with her, but her mobility is pretty freaking scary. So he's going to be able to dash to her. Manages to do a little bit of poke both ways there. And Fizz came down to try and help, but decided to disengage once she dropped that Shroud. So Jayce is slightly ahead of farm at top lane. But in terms of gold, Fizz is slightly ahead. Sorry about that. A little cough. Trying to tame that. There's a gank there at mid lane. Sorry, that's the reason I had this on the screen. And Varus does go down there. Thresh, he provides such strong utility at the early mid game. But he tends to fall off at late game because he doesn't have good ratios, he doesn't have good damage. He can tank like a boss, but you can pretty much just ignore him at late game. Nice dive there from Purple Team at the mid lane. Manages to pick up the Cho'Gath there. Akali apparently was back. Yeah, she was forced back or decided to go back, and Cho was covering, and they just did a nice dive on her. So at top lane, Fizz is doing a good job of denying this Jayce a little bit of farm here. And Xin is there, and this is going to deny Jayce even more farm because he's going to be forced to farm from range. Nice little poke there. How much armor pen does he have, I wonder? Oh, there's the Fizz ult. Going to do a lot of damage, managing to juke a lot of the damage with his Playful Trickster, and Barrier's got such a short cooldown. Only 200 seconds, so that's really good. I think that's faster than Flash, but I can't remember. Let's see. Yeah, Flash is about 300, it looks like. Ezreal gets prevented from going back immediately. Oh, man, engage there. We're going to back that up. So it looks like it was a prolonged engage at this mid lane. Nidalee lands a spear and then decides to commit to the engage. Takes quite a few tower hits. The Shroud, though, preventing so much damage. And then that Akali burst is just too strong. Just too strong. So Nidalee probably should have waited for the Shroud to go up there before she went in, so she didn't take so many turret hits waiting for the Akali, but she overestimated the damage that she did with her Cougar Forbes E. I forget what that's called, swipe. It does quite a bit of damage as AP, but unfortunately she really needs to be able to see the target in Cougar form in order to do substantial damage. So Xin going pretty crazy here. There's the Ezreal, gets punched out of the Varus ult, and that's going to save him for now. Varus goes down, and not Varus, I meant Xin, and I'm pretty sure this Ezreal is super dead. Let's see. Nope, wasn't able to get the cheese kill there on the Varus, and this is going to be a huge benefit for Varus here at bottom lane, because it should be able to get him a substantial lead on this turret if he could heal back up here with the help of Alistar and that Vamp Scepter that he does have. So Thresh does have that Philostone and just wards. It looks like he's building into that Sightstone now. Alistar decided to build that Sightstone as well. And, yeah. Wow. Tons of Doran's Blades on Ezreal. Wow, and tons of Doran's Blades. I really don't like Doran's Blade. I disagree with that build, but that's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, even if it is wrong. I'm just teasing. Anyway. Seeker's Arm Guard there for the Fizz is going to prevent him from taking too much damage, plus it's going to also eventually get him into Azonius, which is going to give him a lot of invulnerability. And he's doing a good job of poking this Jayce, and that was a beautiful ult there. Manages to get the ult before the flash, and that ensures the kill there at the top lane. So Fizz is starting to get pretty fed now. He's 4-0-1, and we'll see what he builds for his next item. I would probably finish the Sork Boots, to be perfectly honest. But maybe he'll decide to farm up and get like a needlessly large rod real quick. So in terms of farm, Nidalee is slightly ahead of Akali, but Akali does have... she hasn't given up a death yet. But she is slightly behind on that gold. Xin camping this mid lane pretty hard. And it looks like Fizz wants to do something here. They want to prevent this Akali from getting too far out of control here. She does already have the Vamp Scepter, Hex Tech, and Boots of Speed. If she can get that Gunblade fairly quickly, she can be pretty scary. Looks like Zin's going to try a gank from behind here. This is dangerous with that Shroud. Akali jumps on him, does a little bit of damage, but gets hit with a spear and takes a lot of damage. We're going to back it up because I was watching that. So, we back to right before that Varus got the double kill, apparently. Little bug, I think. And Varus lands a beautiful ult there, doing a lot of damage to the Ez, and binds the Thresh. Very nice there by Varus. And it looks like they want to do Dragon now. So blue team is slowly crawling their way back, and we're having a small engage here at the mid turret as well. So this is where that second commentator will come in huge benefit sometimes, is so you can commentate that team fight at mid and then basically recap at bottom lane. So Fizz poking away at this turret, might even be able to pick it up. It's going to take a lot of damage, that's for sure. Blue team managing to take the purple team's blue here, looks like. And Xin forced to defend this bottom turret to prevent it from taking too much damage, and didn't quite manage to take out that top turret. But I think he is going to be able to on the next push, because he does have enough AP now where he is absolutely shredding these minion waves there with Playful Trickster. Small gank going down on Nidalee here, excuse me again, and manages to stay alive for now, and Fizz manages to get that top turret while we are watching that. And let's see if he can pick up Jayce. Jayce does have that mana moon, so he's got a little bit of damage, but he's relatively squishy still. Such a cool skin for Jayce. Cho manages to land the Rupture and the Silence, doing a little bit of damage to Nidalee, but she has a lot of damage. Gobbles her, brings her relatively low, but it's not going to be enough. Gobble, gobble. And Fizz really wants to take that blue, looks like. So purple team looks like they want to try and force a dragon. I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but we'll see. Ezreal ulting the minion wave so they can push a little bit longer. Alistar gets caught a little bit out of position, taking quite a bit of damage, and the Ignite is ravaging him, but manages to take down the Thresh. And now Varus, with that exhaust, is doing tons of damage to this Ezreal. But Ezreal's doing a good job of also. So we'll see how this goes. There's the prevention of the healing, and Varus is on a rampage now. He's got that Blade of the Ruined King, so he does all sorts of percent health here, and I'm not sure if it's warranted against a team like Thresh gets super tanky because of the way his passive works, and Xin can be pretty tanky, but other than that... So Jayce picking up that blue, Nidalee pushing on this mid turret very hard, gonna pick it up, and Akali unable to do anything in response. Still hasn't died though. It looks like Nidalee's going to do a small gank here on this this Jayce, but I don't think they're going to be able to pick him up unless she can land a beautiful spear here. There's an Ignite, and there's the pounce for the pickup. Good job there. Jayce trying to juke. But Nidalee is scary like that. It's really hard to escape from a Nidalee. So Varus going back. Let's see what everybody's building. It looks like... Joe, after those boots and mobility on the Philistone, looks like he's building an Aegis. Xin has the Locket of Iron Solari already. It looks like Purple Team is going to push the second turret down. They have a huge minion wave and 2 people there. Going to manage to do a lot of damage and probably pick it up. Joe smites the cannon creep to try and prevent it, but it's going to be enough. Take it out. Akali is swinging in from behind, but these two are relatively fed, so I don't think she wants to fight it. Akali flashes over the wall, and they need to go back now. They're a little out of position for that, and we'll probably see a dragon fight here very shortly. So going back to the items, it looks like Fizz is rushing that Zhonya's very quickly. He tried to give some solid damage, and quite a bit of tankiness since he is 4-0 right now. So good on him. We'll see if he can burst down Varus in these upcoming team fights. And here comes a solid engage here, and it looks like Xin is going to go down here. Varus actually misses the bind on the Xin, but hits the Nidalee, and that's going to prevent her from doing too much damage. Thresh forces the Akali back, and I don't think Akali's going to chase it. And blue team should be able to get the dragon unless Ezreal can get a snipe, but Akali is on him. He needs to run. Flashes over the wall, but he's dead. Ooh, Akali decides to board instead of possibly picking up a kill. Blue team picks up the dragon there with a Cho gobble. Feast, whatever you want to call it. I like calling it a gobble because he's like... Rom, 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 rom. Anyway, Nidalee trying to do what she can here to poke at this blue team while they're retreating. Alistar tried to land the flash pulverize there, but unfortunately misses because she managed to pounce away. And we're just having a poke fest right now. Lots of poke going between these two teams. And Fizz is coming from behind. This is super dangerous. Oh, and he's going to get bursted down. He does have Zhonya's, but... Fried fish. Holy God. Yep, that Rupture. When Cho lands it, it almost guarantees a silence, and it's Bad News Bears there. So I don't know why blue team was so frantic. I guess they're afraid of this Nidalee getting all sorts of kills, because that's what Nidalee does. Poke a team down and then goes in for the kill and gets like triple kills. Ezreal misses the ult once again there. And Nid is taking a lot of damage now. Akali is coming in from the side. Is she going to be able to do anything? Nidalee manages to land the spear. Ezreal lands the, what is that called? Mystic shot. So forces her back, at least temporarily. Maybe she'll try a lane gank here. Oh, Ezreal, you are in dangerous position right now. So are you, Thresh. Okay. Alistar didn't decide to push up. It looks like he was staring at the map. Jayce gonna push on this mid turret, do a little bit of damage, but Nidalee and Fizz are there, so I don't think he's going to be able to do too much. He should be forced back now. Whoop! We're gonna back it up. Sorry, missed that. So it looks like Akali. Where was she? Oh, she's right there. Looks like she does a double jump into. Jumps onto the Thresh. Wow, look at that burst. Look at that burst. Holy cow. I'm going to attribute a lot of that to Varus and his active with the Blade of the Rune King. But that was pretty intense burst there. And it looks like the Fizz and Nidalee are coming down. So blue team is definitely crawling their way back. They do have the lead in terms of kills, but they are down in terms of gold. And there is the Fizz ult bringing down this Jayce hardcore with the Ignite and that Fizz W passive. And blue team manages to pick up the turret there as well at bottom lane. So, good for them. Purple team forced back here at all the lanes. Even though I think these two could take that Cho. They have all sorts of percent health stuff. And Cho doesn't like percent health. Because he likes lots of health. Looks like blue team wants to ward on Baron. And let's go back to the items. Akali, she does have that Gunblade and Sword Boots now. So she is a force to be reckoned with. She can be very, very scary. Especially when you don't have a lot of CC for her. Besides the Thresh wall, they don't really have a slow for her. And Alistar manages to land the knockup, and this Nidalee's dead. There's no way she's getting away. And Akali gets another kill. Double knockup, and this was that CC that I said was really scary. Double knockup is the reason why the Blitz Alistar lane is one to be feared. Not to mention the Cho Alistar, because they got also a silence and like, it's just scary. So purple team manages to lose that turret at mid. So that's a little rough, and we'll see what Fizz can do. It's gonna be Fizz versus Akali. Fight of the burst champs, and he does Zonias, but he is so dead. Wow! He got away? That's awesome. Beautiful, playful trickster there by Fizz. Little gloat there. Hashtag fine. Pretty awesome. This has been a hilarious game so far. Nice back and forth. Cho lands a beautiful rupture there, preventing the Akali from doing too much damage. Thresh goes down there to the Varus, and Akali is jumping between people like crazy. Varus manages to pick up the Xin, and now Akali is going to probably be able to pick up this Nidalee. I think she has one more ult tick. Just waiting for it. And there it is. And the Q picks up the kill. And purple team, another turret goes down. So now this is swinging hard in blue team's favor. That team comp is super strong right now for blue. They're doing a very good job of doing the Cho Alistar combos, and then just letting Akali Varus just rampage. So right now, I think we can attribute this losing in the mid game is because of these team fights and the lack of CC from purple team. Like they have no hard CCs. They've just got slows and a knockup after 3 hits from Xin. And I guess Fizz has a super slow and a knockup, but there's a huge delay on that. And I'm sorry, I wasn't even paying attention to the map. And apparently Varus got another kill. Wow. How did he get this kill? He's at half health. Oh my god. I'm excited. Oh, it's because he's got red buff. Oh, and that barrier. Wow. I might have to start running barrier on my Varus. What he is doing, baiting these Ezreals into over-engages, is pretty intense. Plus that percent health. Just scary. This is a mean Varus. Really mean. Like, mind you, he's 8-2, but like, he doesn't have that much damage. Like, yeah, he's got the Zeal. Does he have any AP? No. Okay. So it's pretty much just that Blade of the Rune King that is absolutely wrecking face right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're going to catch this. Akali is apparently rampaging again. So pushing away at this mid lane. Oh man, Jayce lands that beautiful Q, and the Akali burst is just too much. Too much. So we're going to try and catch this, and Xin gets engaged upon, but Varus doing a good job kiting. Xin taking a lot of damage. And let's see if he can pick up the Varus. Oh my god, this Varus. Too strong. Too strong. And the Fizz is pretty much the only hope right now for this purple team. The only hope. And to be honest, he built the wrong item for carrying. If he wants to carry a game, Varus doing a nice engage, Alistar doing a nice initiate there on the Ezreal, Varus lining it up with an ult there. And they're going to get another turret here, and that's going to bring their gold advantage to 4.5k? Yeah, 4.5k almost. And blue team wants to get this dragon out, and that's going to push their gold advantage huge. Xin has that Warmogs, but to be honest, that's not going to save him that much. Like, it'll save him from the Akali burst, but it's not going to save him from Varus. Varus, because he's got Blade of the Rune King, he's just going to shred. Shred. So what I expect Varus to be thinking is he's probably going to build Phantom Dancer, maybe a little bit of damage, and then he's probably going to build Hurricane. Just so he can absolutely ravage. Absolutely ravaged. So Cho is at only 2 feast stacks right now, so he's going to be wanting to get those up a little bit more. As far as items go, we got Zen with the lots of health items so far. Fizz with that. Oh, he got Infinity Edge. Okay, so what I would expect him now to do is finish the Phantom Dancer or the Starks, whatever he decides to build, and then finish the and then go for the Hurricane. That would be my guess. But I don't know. Maybe he'll do something else there. So as far as items, Cho does have that Bulwark, and Jayce managed to farm his Mana Moon into a Mirror Mana. And looks like he's got that Hex Drinker and cooldown boots now, so he can poke a little bit more there with his skills. Varus, he's got huge damage because he is 9 and 2. Huge damage with those items. And Alistar's just going with the Iron Locket of Solari and the Sightstone. He didn't even build a Philistone. So I think Purple Team's starting to realize how screwed they are. Because they're pretty screwed unless Fizz can do some really wicked stuff on these upcoming team fights. But with the amount of CC and burst they have, I don't think it's going to happen. And another turret that goes down. They only have one inner turret remaining, and that is the mid turret here. So really nice swings back and forth here. Purple Team had a strong advantage at the beginning of this game, and now Blue Team has like a relentless advantage. And a nice burst there on the Akali. Manages to flash away. Big CCs going on that Purple Team, and this should allow them to disengage from this fight just fine, even though Alistar is going pretty balls crazy, and Fizz takes huge damage. I don't think he even got to Zhonya's there. Nope, it's still up. And Akali gets another kill there. Her sustain is really intense right now, and it looks like she's going to be able to do a little bit more damage to this Zen, but I don't think they're going to be able to pick him up just because he does have that Warmogs. But they are going to get this turret here. We'll see if Nid and Zen can force this Cho back. Oh, Cho's out of position. Is he? Oh, nope. And forced back because that turret is down and doesn't want to give him another kill. Because it would be probably an inhibitor if Xin went down right now. Or Baron. I'm not sure which they'd go for. So Nid decided to go with big AP, getting that Rabadon's Death Cap. Looks like she will be getting a Grail next. And Thresh finally has that Shurelya's. Shurelya. Very good item. Looks like I would expect Alistar to be building that next. But it looks like he might be building a Michaels for the Akali and Varus to prevent him from getting chain slowed and killed. So Akali does have that Rabadon's Death Cap now, so she has huge damage with that, absolutely huge damage. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets a Lich Bane or a Guardian Angel now. Like, to be perfectly honest, I'd probably go with Guardian Angel just because she has huge damage. Huge damage. So it'd probably be Guardian Angel, then Lich Bane, then Void Staff. Or if they start building MR, which they don't show any sign of doing that, then they might want to get the Void Staff there sooner rather than later. So if Alistar can get another big engage here with his Pulverized Headbutt combo, it's going to be bad news bears here for Purple Team because we are going to see a Baron, or we're going to see a Baron fight here soon, or an Inhib. And if purple team loses in Hib right now, it's going to be bad. So Fizz finally has that Lichbane. If you usually want to carry with Fizz, usually I find that you want to build Deathcap and Lichbane, and it looks like this Akali is going to go down. Unless she can do some sort of miracle. Oh, beautiful. Just walks out like a boss. She is relatively low, so she is probably going to get forced back here. And it looks like purple team wants to try and force push a turret here, but with this Cho doing a push at bottom lane, they need to send somebody to deal with that. Like, yeah, they might get this inner turret, but they're not like the base turret. Oh, it looks like Cho's going to abort and try and do this engage. So we got a solid team fight here going on. Varus lands a beautiful ult there, getting lots of people with those binds. Fizz manages to Zhonya's out of some damage there and pick up the Varus. Akali picks up the Xin, and it looks like, oh... And Akali picks up another kill. This is what I was talking about. Akali, she can spiral so far out of control. So far out of control. Huge damage, and it looks like they're going to go for the inhib rather than the Baron. And it makes sense, because with Alistar that low, like, they could do Baron. It would take them a little bit without Varus, since Varus would absolutely destroy Baron. And it looks like they're going to have Cho tank it. Cho tank it, and then they're going to just try and beat up this turret as fast as possible, because Thresh is up. And the minions are there now, so I'm going to take that out real quick, and if they can get this inhib down, that should allow them to go back real quick and Baron. If purple team was smart here, they'd all come up, head to Baron, and try and force it, because blue team is probably going to get forced back here. Maybe they'll just go straight to Baron. Looks like they are. Looks like they're just going to go straight for Baron. So purple team needs to head there, like, immediately. If I was purple team, I'd head there right now and try and do Baron. And it looks like they're going to go for it. They need to. They need to get some sort of advantage for them, because they are 10k behind. 10k behind blue. So they either need to do the Baron or they need to do a bush gank. And unfortunately with these wards, a bush gank is almost impossible. So we're going to see a Baron fight here. Baron fight. Bo-bo-bo. Oh, Alistar, don't give up. Don't give up your oracles. And we got all sorts of wards here, so this is very scary for purple team right now. They are split. So split. This is bad. If they pick up anybody, it's going to be pretty much a free Baron. Alistar clearing wards. Prevent them from having too much vision. Purple team, you are so split. You need to stop this. Because right now, Akali could pick up Ezreal. Like, she just could. Oh, drops the Shroud. Oh, my God. That was beautifully done. And now blue team is on their, not their back foot, but they're forced into a defensive position. And purple team looks like they're going to force this Baron now. They need to get the Baron. If they don't get the Baron, it's going to be bad for them. Thresh drops a nice ult there. Fizz does the Zhonya's there to prevent too much damage, but the Thresh ult just absolutely prevents him from doing too much. And this is where Thresh is just destroying. Penta kill! Woo! Good job there by Varus. Absolutely destroying that team, and that's going to be game. I wouldn't be surprised if they just surrender this. Like, that is so bad. Because now he's got so much gold, 2k gold, that's enough to buy like a Hurricane outright, which means next fight he will be brutal. And I think it's almost enough for Guardian Angels. I think Guardian Angels is 2600 if they get both these turrets. But anyway, this game's over. Both turrets are going to go down here and the Nexus. Hopefully they don't do any sort of showboating and decide to dive on the turret. But it looks like they're just going to take the win. GG, ladies and gentlemen. And there's the surrender. Let's see if we get the double Nexus explode. And there it is. Boom, boom. I want you in my room. Okay, guys. That was a fun game. That was an amazing game back and forth. I had a lot of fun. To be perfectly honest, it all came down to team comp. And I think Fizz's choice to do the Zhonya's, because Zhonya's didn't help him at all. Like, whenever he used it, they just waited for him to come out of it, and then they would throw out the one of the mini CCs they have. Like, they would either knock him back, knock him up. They would just absolutely destroy him. So yeah, nice game here, and we'll be trying to make more and more games here, more and more commentaries. We're probably going to be starting to do some strategy videos here, going over the basics of League of Legends, and then slowly moving into more of the complicated strategies. So if you guys like what you saw, please subscribe. Feel free to comment, favorite, like, whatever. You know the drill. This is YouTube after all. And Please let me know what you think, how you think I can improve, and whatnot. And before I ramble on too far, I'll just thank you one more time for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.